Hey guys, it's your girl Kizzy Rock, and yes, Kizzy Rock is my birth given name. Happy Friday afternoon. Want to say hey to all my subscribers, new as well as seasoned. I got a word for you. Tap in. Currently driving, guys, so please bear with me with all this background noise. Does God have you all by yourself? Are you alone? Is this a season where God have pulled you away from your family and your friends and everything that you've known? He called you to relocate for whatever reason, and however it happened. The fact of the matter is that you're alone. Well, get excited, right? Because first of all, you're never alone. You literally have angels all around you. This is why, if you really pay attention intentionally, right, you will feel certain things. Like you will see certain glimpses around your house. Like you might just be sitting there just doing something, and it's like this glimpse that you feel like you have angels protecting you, right? The Holy Spirit is within you, so you're not alone, even though you are physically there by yourself. Transparent moment. I'm not in an alone season, but I've been in many alone seasons. And when I say alone, I mean you have absolutely nobody. I mean, it just seemed like God removes everybody from you in that particular season, right? Sorry, I lost my train of thought. This truck just pulled right out in front of me. One of my brother drive 18-wheelers, so I just let them go. I don't even give them a hard time, right? So also another transparent moment is I'm a person who I don't struggle with being alone, right? I enjoy my own company, seriously. But I know that's not a lot of people. I know a lot of people are not introverted. I know a lot of people, they love to be their people persons. They love being around people. So with you guys, you're going to struggle a lot more. But you got to be intentional by focusing and recognizing what God is doing in your life. God is not doing it for punishment. There's different reasons why God will separate you and have you alone, right? If this is your first wilderness and you're all alone, then you're in the isolation season, because God have to separate you from everyone else, right? So it starts that way. He separates you from everyone else. And you may still be currently in your own hometown or whatever. God doesn't call everybody to relocate. I think the relocation comes when God really needs to use you in a particular area. Or if there's some kind of way that you struggle with putting boundaries up and where you currently are, and there's just people pulling at you and you can't get anything done. But many times God is going to call you to, well, I don't know. That's between you and God. He'll let you know, right? Because y'all be in y'all feelings, honey, about relocating, right? But so this is your first time. He's separating you and he's pruning people from you because he needs to get you alone to get your attention, right? God can't get our attention where we're just constantly just doing our thing and all over the place, right? So he will intentionally put you into isolation season and then start to again prune you of toxic relationships, maybe a soul tie that you couldn't walk away from, just toxic people, just different things. But once you settle down, right, and you stop fighting against it, which is kind of almost natural because you don't know what God is doing at that point, then once you really settle down, then God will start to really reveal to you what it is he wants to do in your life. He will start revealing to you, listen, I got better for you, right? I got better relationships for you. This person is toxic. This person is not the person I have for you. You just have a soul tie, or this is a narcissist. And I know you couldn't get out of it yourself, so I had to snatch the rug, right? So there's a lot of unhealthy habits and things that you're holding on to that there's no way in the world I can take you higher and level you up with this mindset. And so a lot of the times too, that's why God will call you to relocate, because the mindset you're around, let's just say you're No disrespect to my rural country people, but let's just say you're from like a town that's a very small town, and it's just, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. That's solitude, truth be told. But God may want to use you more in a broader sense. So he will call you into bigger cities, because with larger cities, it really increases there's so much diversity that it increases your awareness of certain things, right? He can use you more. It helps level your mindset up, because everybody else is on their major grind, which will then motivate you. But sometimes in those real rural country, small town fields, even though they're more settled and more rural, which I actually prefer. I prefer that type of, sometimes people are content, and that's absolutely fine. In my opinion, that's the way to be. It's stress-free. But if that's not how God wants to use you, he is going to take you to another location, and you have to be obedient. So yes, when you get there, you're going to be alone, right? Even if you've mastered your isolation season where you currently are, meaning he had you there just to get your attention. He starts stripping you of the people, things, and whatever, and now you decide to relocate for whatever reason. Not for whatever reason, but for his reason. And you get there, and you're still going to be alone. You're still going to be alone, because he got to give you certain things. He got to give you certain downloads. He have to really, really develop your sense for how you hear from him, because everybody hear from God differently, right? So he has to really, really develop your sense on how you hear from him, so you won't be calling 50,000 people per day because you need a word. So he's going to really, really develop you. So if you're in this season where either God has relocated you, or you're not there yet, but you're really, really feeling alone, like seriously, you feel empty inside, God have you in that season for a reason. And it won't last, right? It won't last, because you're going to end up coming into a season where God's going to have you run all kind of people, right? You're going to get tired of people. You'll get tired of people. But you just got to get past this level. You got to tap in to know what it is he is saying to you, right? He may be trying to condition you to understand that you don't always need people. All you need is God. Like for some people, like my best friend is like that. She's an only child, and she's always just been clingy, right? She loves people. Like she just wants a lot of people around her. Like her kids are like, some are almost grown, and like they're just still like, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. But the point that I'm trying to make is that with some people, they don't. I dropped my phone. Thank God, I'm almost home. With some people, they don't know how to be alone at all. At all. Right? It's one thing to love people and love to be around people, but then you got to know how to be alone all by yourself, because you're set apart. There are some times on this journey where you have to be alone. I mean, absolutely have to be alone. So God may really be trying to work on you to help you to understand, where's the root? What is the root on why you can't be alone? Is it the rejection from the Father? What is it, right? So then he's going to really start to help you with those wounds, to really teach you how to be fulfilled within yourself and enjoy your own company, right? And then there are some of you who you've mastered all that. You've mastered all that. You went through your first wilderness. You went through another wilderness where God had been clear to you what it is he wants to do in your life, how he wants to use you, etc., etc. And then you started to see some movements, and boom, you're back in the wilderness. You're back in the wilderness, and you're like, I mean, what is this one about? Now he wants to give you insight, right? Because he told you about the promise. He told you what he has for you. He told you how he wants to use you, right? But the closer you get, God is going to start giving you, I mean, clear insights. He will start to show you certain giants that are in your territory, why they're there, what do you have to do to get them out, right? And this ain't easy, right? This is not easy, and I think this is why God waits to show the insights of the promised land later on in the process, when you've already developed that fire, because you've been through so much within the journey itself. But in this season, he is giving you insights, right? At this point, he builds you up so much where you can tolerate warfare and recognize it way more easy. In fact, you don't even pay any attention anymore. Where before it would get in your spirit, you would be disturbed. Your spirit would be disturbed. You'll be all over the place that day. Where now you recognize it clear as day. Clear as day. Here's another tactic, right? Warfare. Just let me know how close I am. It just lets me know how close I am, right? But once that door opens, right? Once the door opens, as we hear Pastor R.C. Blake say a lot, it's not lonely at the top. It's lonely between levels. And it's true. It's lonely in between levels, because in between the levels, God has to isolate you, right? To get to you, or to prune you, or to whatever he has to do with you on that level. He needs you all by yourself. But you won't stay that way. You won't stay that way. Those of you who are going through divorces, are newly divorced, and you feel like, oh, I'm not going to meet anybody because X, Y, and Z. Listen, child, the man or the woman that God has for you, child, is going to make up times 20 the one who you're divorcing or who divorced you, or whatever you got going on, right? It's going to make up times 20. So you're lonely now because, of course, God had to strip it, right? You're going to be lonely again because now God got to really work on you. He got to heal you, right? What is it in you that allows you to stay with this toxic person? Let's work on these rooted issues if you happen to have them, right? Or even if you don't. Okay, let's work on healing you, because the marriage within itself was toxic. The person may have been toxic. So these things have really, really broken you down. Like you don't feel the way about yourself that you felt, 6 months prior to meeting that person or getting married, right? Your confidence was on fleek back then, and now your head is low. So let's work back on. I got some stuff for you. Trust me, I got some big blessings for you, but I got to work on you. I got to heal you. I got to get you back where you were prior to this person breaking you down. And once you allow me to really work on you and build you and get you back to that person that I know you are, teaching you to see yourself the way I see you, then once you've completed your healing season, then I can open the door to due season. But now these blessings, you're going to listen. These are a lifetime of blessings, because now they're God ordained blessings that you receive versus the things that we chose on our own accord. But these blessings require a certain kind of mindset. These blessings require certain type of relationships, or they are certain type of relationships, right? And a lot of the times it's not what you're used to. So if God have you all by yourself, like really, really, really take advantage of that time. As lonely as you are, as empty as you feel, when you're empty, God can fill you up. That's what he's trying to do. But you just got to get past the conceit. The enemy will make you think like this is it, like where you're going to be this way for the rest of your life. No, that's just a season. That's just a season. And then again, many times we can prolong these seasons when we're not being obedient. If you want to end those seasons quicker, ask God, what are you doing so I can be in alignment with it and I'm not fighting against it? But if you're fighting against it, then you're going to prolong the process. So I hope this helps. You guys have a great one. It's your girl, Kizzy Rock.